When you feel that you are ugly, poor, and worthless, don't despair, because at least your judgment is still right. If one day life deceives you, don't lose your heart and be discouraged, because you will find out it will continue to deceive you later. Work hard when you are young, so that you will get used to it when you are old. Although you have lost a lot of things, don't regret it, because you will lose more in the future. Failure is not terrible. Terrible is that you still believe this sentence. Life isn't just about casual sex. It's about invitations from your ex. The best you can do with all your strengths may not be as good as others doing casually. Pay attention to details and start small, because you can't do big things. When someone tells you they are busy, it means they want to leave time for more important people. Girls who love to laugh will not have bad luck. To be honest, if a girl has always been unlucky, I don't know how she can laugh. People like me who don't even know a few famous brands sometimes don't even feel that others are showing off their wealth. When it's come to money, people are not so affectionate. Even if you fail 10,000 times, you must be brave enough to express your feelings. There is always someone who is blind. Making money is kind of ability. Spending money is kind of skill. My ability is limited, but my skill is very high. In fact, there's no such thing as a cold person. It's just that you are not the one being warmed to. If people who are better than you are still working hard, then what's the use of your hard work? Look in the mirror when you are looking good. After all, this illusion does not happen every day. You don't have nothing. At least you still have sick. Like a person to confess, in case become a spare. God is fair, giving you ugly looks, but also will give you a low IQ, so as not to make you appear incongruous. I heard that if you do something for 10,000 hours, you can become a master in this field. Then I should be qualified to become a master of sleep. All pretentiousness and pretense, ranting and depression, anger and complaints are due to two reasons: either lack of money or lack of love. You will always feel that you are not young yet and have not matured yet. But in fact, you have already matured. But that's how you mature. If you fail 99 times, try again to make up the exact number. When they are broken up in love, many young people think that the whole world has abandoned them. Don't be stupid. The world has never needed you at all. In the past, letters were slow, carriages and horses were far away, and a lifetime was only enough to love one person. But you could take many concubines. The symbol of other people to middle age is to have a house, a car, and savings. But I only have a Samuels. Please wear a helmet when riding an electric bike. Otherwise, the classmates who drive a Mercedes will recognize you. As long as you become a waste, no one can take advantage of you. Nothing is difficult in the world, except for rich people. Birds of the feather flock together, and people divided by poverty. Don't worry about things that can't be solved today, because they won't be solved tomorrow. You must work hard, otherwise you will never know that IQ difference between people is insurmountable. Don't feel that you have entered the burden of your life at a young age, and you still have a lot of room to fail. When God closes a door for you, He will also use a door to claim your head. Only people who really work hard know how important talent is. Don't say you are a single dog. Since ancient times, dog can be 3 wives and 4 concubines. You work so hard, suffer so much loneliness and pain, but I haven't seen how good you are. If a person has no dreams, what's the difference between being carefree? How come you are so young, but your eyes are so short-sighted? Because I see the world light, so just blur the eyes. There's no shame in selling your soul and your principles. Shame it didn't get a good price. Violence does not solve the problem, but violence can solve the person who created the problem. Don't think Cinderella's story is so beautiful. If the glass slip really fit, how could it fall off? If life deceives you, don't worry, take out the beautiful camera and deceive life. There are 2 causes of the princess's illness, either ugly or poor. What about the beautiful and rich ones? Don't be ridiculous. It's not a disease, that's the princess. It's okay to be dumped by a woman, and sad things still be doing nothing after a few years, proving her right. There is a kind of terror. Your opponent is raiding, your enemy is sharpening his knife, your bestie is losing weight, and the loved one next door is practicing his ways. Many people make up their minds every 3 days, as if tomorrow they could be transformed, and say goodbye to themselves completely. Do you know that shit after Nirvana is still shit? Why people are always so fond of nostalgia, so miss the time of childhood? Mainly because childhood and the surrounding friends are not so obvious poverty and ugliness. Some people say that you should not complain often, because life's just like drinking water and knowing whether it is warm or cold. I would like to ask if you will not scream when you are scared by hot water. No one wants to get to know your funny soul through your dirty, greasy exterior. Many people find that they can't beat others in money, power, and women, so they start trying to make difference in morality and the realm of life. J.H. compared love to a tornado. I think it is particularly appropriate, because many people have never seen a tornado in their lives. The terrible thing is that you go through this life mediocre, and then lie to yourself that playing is true. The terrible thing is that you don't have enough, and you lie to yourself that you are content. You only see that others are thriving on the surface, but you don't know that others are also prosperous behind the scenes. Looking at the star for too long, it's easy not to want to stay grounded. After many years of continuous hard work, I finally from an ignorant teenager into an ignorant elder. Don't be silly, you are not unlucky, but poor and lazy and don't want to study, not good looking and not good at talking, not symmetrical and lazy to exercise. People who don't look good may not be good people either. It's just that due to the torture of long-term loneliness, sometimes they will be crazy to be kind to others. If placed in the wrong place, a diamond can be treated as a stone. But no matter where you put the stone, it's still a stone. Good women get a good word, while bad women get everything. For someone like me who can't control my mouth is too lazy to die, not getting fatter is already losing weight. People nowadays are getting smarter and smarter. Many girls who have never studied medicine dare to conclude after just a few words, "You are sick." Some people work hard all their lives and squeeze from the fourth stream of society into the third stream. Some people say that looking at negative energy for a long time will lead to negative thinking. I smiled as if you were thinking. The less capable people are of changing their own lives, the more likely they are to criticize the changes of others. Why do you look like a QR code? Do not scan, do not know what you are. People's thoughts change. I used to want to get rich, but now I just want to get rid of poverty. If I can't get rich overnight, 2 nights is fine, and I can accept half a month. A man without money is worse than a ghost. A soup without salt is worse than water. You will slowly discover that a good heart is never as good as a good mouth. It is vanity, pride, jealousy, and revenge that have sustained you to this day. Your growth depends on these negative energies, not on natural goodness. As long as it's a problem that can be solved with money, I can solve anything. Remember, you are unique, just like everyone else. The road to success is always under construction. Life's like a sewer. What you get after it depends on what you put into it. If you think nobody cares if you are alive, try missing a couple of payments. My wallet is like an onion. Open it makes me cry. I'm not lazy. I'm on energy-saving mode. I'm not saying I hate you, but I would unplug your life support to charge my phone. I finally realized that people are prisoners of their phones. That's why it's called a cell phone. I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Who says boys and girls don't have pure friendship? As long as you're ugly, you will have friends all over the world. No matter how beautiful the face will be old one day, I think I may not be able to bear this loss, so I have never looked good. Sometimes we feel that others have misunderstood us, but in fact we have misunderstood ourselves. Meet the person you like to pursue bravely, so that you know really no one can like you. When the alarm goes off every day, after lunch, and on the weekends, my ambitions become so insignificant. Is the wife more important or the game? Of course, my wife is more important. So I only dare to play games, not my wife. If you like a girl, study hard, find a good job, make a lot of money, and contribute more when she gets married. Pandas and pigs are equally lazy, but their destinies are completely different just because of their different codes. One is pampered and the other is stabbed, so let's talk about it. Clothes are very important. Buy to buy, don't save. There's nothing can be solved by eating big meal. There's nothing can be forgotten by sleeping later. And there's nothing can be conveyed by sending a red envelope. Why remind me that money is not everything? I'm not that greedy. I just want money. I don't expect it to be everything. Life's short. Smile while you still have teeth. When life doesn't go your way, don't panic. Look at your wallet and savings and just cry. Work is never easy. In fact, everyone's equally tired at work. The difference is that everyone earns more than you. If you feel like you are as tired as a dog all day long, you really misunderstood. No dog is as tired as you. To steal ideas from one person is plagiarism. To steal from many is research. I'm not arguing. I'm just explaining why I'm right. My six-pack is protected by a layer of fat. If you are not supposed to eat at night, why is there light in the fridge? Rainy day, I was walking on the road. A Mercedes glancing past me, splashing me with mud. Look at the Mercedes. I secretly swore in my heart, when I have money, I must buy a raincoat of my own. When I was a child, although I was poor, I was very happy, but now it's different. I'm not only poor, but also unhappy. People say you are young and like a schoolboy, not because you look small, but because you are dressed dirt. Life will make you miserable for a while, and after you adapt, it will make you miserable for the rest of your life. Efforts will only make you more embarrassed and helpless when you fail. In the past, people who were considered poor for no more than 3 generations means that they will no longer be poor after 3 generations. When I grew up, I realized that the third generation was so poor that they couldn't even marry a wife, so there was no fourth generation. If God doesn't give you what you want, it's not that you deserve better, it's that you don't deserve it. Don't think that today is the low point of your life. It will be the peak of your future. Some people say that 99% of things in the world can be solved with money, but they don't tell you that the remaining 1% requires more money. Skipping 1 meal a day can save a lot of money over time, which can be saved for stomach problems later. Falling in love with an immature man is like raising a son. You teach him how to love someone. At last, you will find that you have a daughter-in-law. The so-called female manly just because they're ugly, but any beautiful girl with some manly temperament is called the queen. When love comes to an end, the weak will cry non-stop. The efficient will immediately look for the next target, and the smart will have already prepared the next one. Exercise when you have time. You can't be single and fat as a couple. Inappropriate is poor. No feeling is ugly. Love at first sight is good looking. Thoughtful is rich. There are generally 2 consequences for running a red light. Either 1 minute faster than others, or a lifetime faster than others. You always feel that some people are lazy, as if you can really do great things with your hard work. Every time I hear I speak straight, you bear with me. I just want to slap directly, and then say I hate people is so painful. You bear with it. When you learn to stand in someone else's shoes, you will find out what suck of his position. Young people should not bow their heads at every difficulty, but kneel down. You should not dwell on the fact that you have accomplished nothing now, and later you will be worse off than now. Stop losing weight. You're ugly is not just because you're fat. Young man, what is no money now? There will be many days without money in the future. The most painful lesson in growing up is that the person you never guarded against takes the hardest shot at you. My advice to you is don't listen to anyone's advice. Some people appear in your life just to tell you that you are so deceiving. In the age of excess IQ, mindfulness is the only skill. Affectionateness is always betrayed, but tricks win people's hearts. People with big faces are generally good-tempered because they turn slowly. Humble youths, don't be afraid. Wear shine, such as cremation time. The story of Snow White tells us that no matter how nice the 7 little losers are to her, they can be better than a kiss from a rich, handsome man. You look so beautiful. First of all, thank your parents. If they had not given you a pair of skilled hands, you can't be so beautiful. A tough girl like you, if a guy is suddenly nice to you, there's only one reason. His respect to you for being a guy. As the saying goes, everything is difficult at the beginning. As long as you survive the beginning, you will find that the middle is difficult, and the end is more difficult. Life's all about us admiring each other across our friend circles. It is a good excuse to scold the boss for not knowing how to cherish talents. It sounds like if the boss cherishes the talents, he will really like you. Hello teacher, may I ask how a Peking University graduate who has no background like me should position himself? The people at the bottom of society are the most educated group of people. If you are ugly, you need to read more. You have nothing else to do anyway. Good looks can be eaten, but bad looks can really make people unable to eat. Good-looking people are called foodies. Not good-looking ones are called thugs. Many people have a background, but you only have back. One day you will meet a good girl. She doesn't want your house, your car, diamonds, or your money. Of course, she doesn't want you either. Who says you don't have stamina? You've been single for decades. In the past, staying together was a couple, but now staying together is a cell phone. Once the phone is in your hand, it will last forever. If the phone is not in your hand, your soul will be gone. Don't say life hurts you. Life doesn't even know who you are. Salted fish will always turn around one day, but after turning around, he was still a salty fish. Insomnia is my greatest inspiration. Some people do not win at the starting line, but directly born at the end. How can people make progress without proper depravity? My dream is to be a carefree wreck. Others stay in bed because they have money and can sleep as late as they want. I stay in bed because I have no money, so every meal I can save is a meal. Be sure to have a midnight snack before going to bed, so as not to have hungry dreams. Don't always put the problem to time to prove. sometimes too lazy to deal with their mess. As long as there is express delivery on the way, I feel like there is still some hope in this life.